Is it really just a phase? The goth style has been around since the late 1970s. I have decided that I'm gonna try it for myself. So today, I will be making a goth outfit. And stick around, because at the end of the video, I'll have a special surprise. Welcome back to Zach Attack.
Explore the closet and see what we have in store. In the last video, we got to check out what Zoomies had, and...
Hey, Zach, you ready to check out, man? Yeah, you picked out some good stuff. Awesome, bro. You ready to hear your total for the day?
Sure.
323.29. 323 buckaroos, 29 cents. You doing cash or card today?
Actually, I think I'm just looking today. Thank you.
Wait, you're what? Zach, don't turn your back on me, young man.
This time, we're gonna learn from what we did in the last video and try and make an outfit that I have at home. And then, to top it off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take face paint and do a gothic look. So today, I'm using what I have at my own house to try and make a goth outfit. I have this chain, and I have lots more of it. These cheap little gems that I bought.
The gems, the gems, the gems.
Well, Zach, I know what you're gonna do with the chain. You're gonna put the chain on your pants. This pants chain or something. But what are you gonna do with the gems? Easy. I have this old belt that I don't use anymore. It's black, I promise. It's brown on this side. Well, no, it's black on this side. But it's cooler black on this side because it's got little dots. I cut it out and I'm gonna make it a band with studs. And you might be thinking, Zach, this looks like crap. And you'd be right. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint them metallic so that they look metallic.
Oh, hey, look, this one says bonds to plastic. Very convenient.
So we're going to make studs, we're going to make chains, we're going to make a wristband, and we're going to once again explore the closet. So without further ado, let's get started. I got my brush, water, and paint. It's time to paint.
Hey, voiceover Zach here. So first we are going to paint them black. And the reason for that is because we want to make sure that none of the clear shininess is showing. We want to make sure that we start with a flat, matte, metallic black. That way we start with a clean plate when we go to spray it silver. And if any of the black is showing after we spray it silver, that gives it an extra bit of texture that actual metal metallic would have.
On my end, it looks like there's still some shiny parts. So on camera, it doesn't read exactly the same, but as you can see, they're getting quite black. They're becoming. And then after we're done painting this, we'll move on to painting the chain, and by the time we're done painting the chain, hopefully this will have dried, and we'll be able to spray paint over it. A lot of the times, when I'm recommending videos to people, I recommend the Going Goth video, because that's the way that my content is going. And I really, really, really enjoy making these videos. I do. I get to experiment with style, and this time, since it's DIY, it gets into my craft brain too. Let me know other styles you want me to try in the comments below. I don't know why I'm talking so quietly.
So painting the chain was, if you would have guessed, a little bit difficult. It was mostly moving around every time that I was putting the brush over it, and then I just had a little bit of trouble getting on the inside of the chain, but I managed to a point where I thought that the chain looked successfully metallic black. Now that we've gotten both the gems and chain black and they are dried well enough, we can go out and paint them. Well, by paint them, I mean spray paint them a metallic silver.
One of the things that I want to try and do is I want to try and see what happens when I paint the original versus the black version silver. just to see what happens.
I want to spray it enough so that it covers everything, but not too much to where you can't see the black. It's hard to describe. It was really easy to do for the chain because there was black on the inside of it, so you can kind of get that texture. For the gems, it kind of just ended up being a little bit more on the silver side anyway.
This looks pretty good. A little bit right there.
I think it looks pretty good.
And then that's done. No, wait. Middle chain. So if you see there's like speckles, which are kind of neat, and I think I messed that one up with my thumb, but that's okay. Well, but yeah, those look okay. This is the chain. This is the chain that I didn't paint black first, and it honestly kind of looks exactly the same. Nothing really changed. But then, take a look at the other chain that I did, and that looks pretty good. That looks really good. It's not like the super duper plasticky, shiny, and there's also more weight to it because it's got paint on it. Okay, so now that we have the chain looking fairly metallic, it's time to move on to the wristbands. They're going to consist of these studs, and it will go and wrap around like that. You might be wondering, how am I going to attach it, right? Well, I'm going to cut holes, 2 holes on each side, and then I'm going to put a string through it, is the goal. Now, what I want to do is I want to test it out on the leftovers. One of the things that I did to this leftover is I actually put studs on it to see if it would fit, just to double check and see what it would look like. Obviously, it's not, that one's not painted yet, and this one is technically not painted correctly either, but it looks pretty good. So first, we shall try this. I don't think this will work. This seems fairly thick for this. Oh yeah, I'm like tearing at it. I would need a bigger one of these. I'll be right back. Okay, so the hole puncher didn't work because it's too thick. So, since I was in the garage, I had an idea. I really hope this is a good idea. Oh yeah, that's a hole. So, I think it's time to start on the wristband. I've already cut 2 to size, so wish me luck. Okay, so I'm going to start by putting some X's where I want the holes to be. Those look like spots. And then what I'm going to do is... Guys, I think my drill has been in reverse the whole time. So, that's neat.
So my next step, of course, was to take this string, put it through the hole. This proved a bit tricky, but I ended up using a crochet hook to weave it through, and then tied it off. Unfortunately, every time I untied it, it flung right out of the hole. So we needed a different approach.
Okay, so now that there is a mess on my table, let's go over what we're doing. So we've drilled holes in the first wristband, and now the string won't stay. Now, what I was going to originally do to help the string stay is have 2 holes, but then I decided drilling holes was kind of a hassle, and I think that if I did the 2 holes, it probably wouldn't do much of a difference. What we're gonna do is we're basically gonna create an aglet. And if you don't know what an aglet is, that is the little plastic piece on the end of your shoe. and we're using glue. Fu Manchu.
Let me save you the hassle. It doesn't work. Now that I'm having such a terrible string situation, just like my last relationship, I decided to move on. I'll now be putting the studs onto the wristband. And to be honest with you, I think it's gonna look quite nice. Just because I avoided the problem before doesn't mean that it went away. So we are gonna have to go back to the hole situation. And I say hole situation because we're getting rid of the string entirely. Instead, I'm taking one of my hairbands, cutting it, putting it through the hole, and tying it off. This not only gets the stretchy elasticness of my hair tie, but I can also take the knotted end, put it through the loop on the other side to tighten it up.
That's on quite well.
I had it up to here with string. This gets rid of every single issue that I had with it, and I think it works really great. Then, after putting the rest of the studs on, the wristband was completed. Now that's one snazzy wristband. I then move on to sizing a chain to the size of my wrist.
So the next thing is we're going to take these and we are going to attach it to my wrist.
And adding a clothespin to make yet another wristband. Anyways.
Okay, so now that we have the wristband and chains done, it is time to find an outfit. I know last time that was...
So I have this shirt. Oh my god. Is that Baby Yoda? And it has Grogu on the sleeves too. Oh good. So you'll actually see the Grogu.
A little difficult, but this time I have a plan. I have multiple outfits ready in my closet to show you all. Without further ado, let's go back into the closet. It doesn't tie well in the back. It's not quite my size. Make it work. This is not it, but this is maybe a style that I would wear in real life. Does this have both gloves? Just one glove in this pocket. I don't know where the other one is. What are we thinking? What do you think?
I think they should like and subscribe.
That's a lot of things to do. If they had to choose one thing to do, what do you think they should do?
Subscribe!
Well, you heard it here first. Subscribe. The jacket does add a little bit. It has this little fur texture. It adds this zipper right here. I think this is it.
We've now found an outfit. In the next part, I'm going to be distracted by myself so much that not only am I going to not record audio, but I'm also going to make a mistake on my face paint. So of course we start out with the white as our foundation, and then that's where I make my mistake. Did you see it? Let's rewind a little bit. Did you see it that time? Folks, that's right. I didn't put any setting powder on, which means that my black turned into gray. But never mind that, we continue forward. Here are some of the reference images that I had. This one looks like Gerard Wade. This one is the one that I use the most for reference. This one just looks absolutely insane, and this is the look that I saw most recently because I've been seeing advertisements for it everywhere. I think it looks pretty good. What do you think, guys? Make sure to stick around so you see the special segment that I have waiting for you at the end.
So, I went out in public a little bit, not really. I didn't end up having a lot of time, and it's very, very cold, and it's getting a little dark. But with the little bit of time that I went out, I got some reactions, but I think it's mostly in the fact of confidence. I wore this with confidence, by the way, which is kind of crazy, because I know a lot of people are like, whoa, I couldn't do that. And it's like, yeah, it's just whatever. This is my face, and now it has face paint on it, which honestly makes it look kind of cool. The first ever reaction that I got was when I was driving to my friends, and this lady was like, oh. And I was like, what just happened? I was just passing you in a car, and I don't know. Maybe there was something there. Maybe I'm crazy. But it was funny. It was great. It was fun. I was like, me? The last few reactions, somebody asked me if I was a mime. That was probably one of the best reactions. I think the best reaction was this girl going, ah! Oh my god, you look so good! And I was like, oh my god, I do! Stunned may be the word. I should have gotten her number. She was kind of cute. I arrived at the scene, and not a lot of people seemed to care. Which I feel like was most of people's reactions. They were like, oh. I feel like I got noticed more, but it wasn't like noticeably noticed more. You know what I mean? Another thing is my friend's reaction, which I will play in audio recording.
But yeah, it's a good start.
It's something.
What do you rate the outfit?
I think the concept is a 6. The execution is a 4.
Yeah.
I think like a 5 out of 10. It's like middle of the road.
You could
know?
say 2 if you
No,
like.
I don't want to be rude.
Be rude. Be rude. Be rude. Rude. Now for the special segment that I was hinting at during the beginning of the video. My rage. You're stupid, and nobody likes you! So, day successful. And I better get going. It's getting dark. Making this stuff and doing this, it took a really long time to do. So I hope this video turns out good. And I hope to see you in the next one. Stay awesome.